get this. Grammy, it says comfy.
Hi, how are you? We voted. Did you vote with mommy? No.
We voted, yay! Police fire are good at getting voters out. Police fire votes.
I think it's
I would be
They have a
betting
lot
a
of
yes.
family, they have a lot of...
Yes. Try this one first, and then this one. Yes, yes. It was Senator Harris. 44%. One more minute. Somebody will come through.
We need one more person.
No, we don't.
Absentee count from the yellow sheets.
People were. That's the
538.
Yeah, that's, we got it already.
Oh.
It is now
Total
quarter to
check
7
in.
o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock, the polls are now closed.
Thank you.
So we'll get the tallies.
12:49. 12:49.
Yeah, that worked.
Jane, you don't care for those.
I don't need those.
Sending somebody to get me.
554 of that number were absentee.
12:49. Is that unusual?
It's about 15%, so. But Annette will be right here. She'll be
Okay,
the
I'll
one
ask
to-
her, yeah. 12:49, and how many were absentees? 5?
554.
Okay, we have some results. Let me start with voter. Oh, they've got the voter turnout? Okay. So here are the results of the vote. The referendum on Article 19. Yes, 478. No, 771. And that's it. No, we didn't do districts. We ran everyone right through alphabetically.
417 and 771?
478 yes, and 771 no.
I'm so glad I asked.
Budget is
478.
no. You approve the budget, it's...
The budget is no. So back to the drawing board. Oh, the results, yes, 478, and no, 771.
How does that compare, like the turnout and the amount of absentee ballots? How does that compare to most elections?
We had way more absentees than normal. We had, what did we have? 44% of the voters voted early. So, we usually have a pretty high early voting, but this is really high.
What does it mean?
We actually have a lot of.
Well, evidently, it meant a lot today. I don't know how you define it.
I had 554 absentee votes. Was that the correct number?
Return 554, yes. Yep, out of 1249.
So, Brattleboro Interim Town Manager Patrick Moreland, what was the vote total and what does it mean?
Well, let's see, the vote total appears to be, yes, 478, and no, 771. So it appears as if the budget has been voted down, and in terms of what does that mean? It means that now I need to get back to work with the Brattleboro Select Board, and we need to put together a new budget and schedule a special representative town meeting.
Any idea what the time frame might be?
Well, not specifically, no. We'll have to meet to discuss that. We might need to schedule a special meeting of the board just to do just that. But I know in order to schedule a special representative town meeting, we need at least 30 days and no more than 40 days. And so, given the fact that the next fiscal year begins July 1, I would say we need to get to work and get to work rather quickly.
Any idea why this happened?
No, honestly, I couldn't tell you that. The one thing which is a challenge with the Australian ballot system is it doesn't really give you clear feedback other than the budget was voted down. So it's going to be up to the board at this point in time to consider what other options they would like to put together for the next budget. But either way, we've got to craft a new budget and schedule a special representative town meeting and take that budget and go have another conversation.
Patrick, what are the implications of this for the fire and police renovation?
It's not clear to me that there are. The board will need to decide what the next budget is going to look like that we take to special representative town meeting. That could include a change to the police and fire facility, or it might not.
Layoffs?
I'm sorry?
Layoffs?
It could include layoffs, it might not. At this point, what we know is that the budget that we prepared has been voted down. So we need to craft a new budget and take it to special representative town meeting, and that's really what we know at this point.
Go ahead.
You, early on in the budget planning session phase, the select board had you put together a number of budgets.
Yep.
Will any of them be possible to resurrect at this point?
Possible to what?
Resurrect at this point?
I don't know exactly the approach that we'll take. I suspect we'll start with the budget that we prepared and was approved by town meeting. And what changes they choose to make to that, I couldn't even venture a guess. So,
Patrick, how would you characterize the budget that did pass initially? Was it in terms of was it conservative? Was it tight? Was it?
the best description that I would give to it, David Gartenstein said at one point, it is the leanest responsible budget that we could prepare. And I kind of liked the way he described it then.
So that means we're off into the territory of irresponsibility?
That, certainly nothing I said.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
My pleasure. Be well.
It's a $14 million renovation, right?
Oh, the police and fire
Yeah.
project? Yeah, it is, the bond vote actually articulated not to exceed 14.1.
And I read in the Reformer today that would add 6 cents to the tax rate, that project itself. Do you know about that?
I would have to do the calculations on that. I don't have them in front of me.
But the new budget, the whole budget added 9 cents, wasn't it?
The whole budget added 8.5 cents. The whole budget added 8.5 cents.
Do you, since you've already bonded and the town meeting has voted, representative town meeting has voted, what kind of options do you have if you had wanted to change this, it's a big project?
Well, there are a couple of things. In order to try and save money, the town broke up the bonding into, 2 withdrawals, shall we say. The first one was $5 million, and the balance, which is yet to be drawn down, is up to $9.1 million. So in terms of some of the possible things that the board might contemplate in terms of putting together a budget, they might look at choosing to reduce that amount and to not borrow the full 9.1. That's one possible course of action that the board may consider. Of course, the board may also look elsewhere. It's just,
For cuts?
they might.
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Look elsewhere?
Yeah.
But, so the language for that, I would say that you already issued a 14, you already,
We're authorized to borrow up to 14.1 million.
but how did you get authorized? I'm just
Oh,
looking for.
but that was the bond vote at the special representative town meeting in, I think it was November of 2012. May have been October, but I think it was November.
And so that authorized the select board to borrow up to $14,000.
14.1 million.
I knew that.
That's okay.
Thanks, Patrick.
Sure, my pleasure.
Is there any cost from the reconvening the town meeting again?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Is there a cost to the town?
Oh, is there a cost? Yeah, there is a cost. Scheduling a special representative town meeting or even a regular representative town meeting comes at a certain cost. It's probably somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. So, we need to organize the space, and we've got to pay some overtime, and it's got to get cleaned up, and it's got to be, they get the liner on the basketball floor. So there's some steps that need to go through.
So far, no date for that.
No, we have not set a date. I suspect before too long, the board will schedule a meeting and we'll begin to discuss that. And then we'll need to schedule that special representative town meeting in a way consistent with the charter, so it's no less than 30 days and no more than 40 days out. So I would think we'll get together and talk about that soon.
Surprised about the vote?
Am I surprised? I guess, I didn't allow myself to speculate one way or the other. The outcome is what the outcome is, and now it's time for us to get to work.
God of services, have any invitation? Services God?
Well, it's I wouldn't venture a guess at this point in time how what the board chooses to do with the budget. What we know is that we need to get together, we need to meet, we need to talk about the budget, we need to choose a direction, and we need to schedule a special representative town meeting. And I look forward to it. Thank you, Maria. Be well.